All right, we're gonna court some controversy today. Stick around. Hello everybody, Sam Lev of the Calumet Wilderness. I'm in one of my favorite little places right now. This is the Hoosier Prairie. It's just outside Griffith and next to Highland. It's got a remarkable history. I've not been out on this trail, oh boy, what year is that? 18 years. 18 years probably. In the late 90s and early 2000s, I worked for a local photographer in Merrillville. And one of my main jobs was to deliver the negatives and the film back and forth to the photo processing lab in Munster. So oftentimes I'd come through Griffith and stop and take a little hike. And I would stop here a lot and hike. So it's been a mighty long time, and I have just tremendously enjoyed myself this morning out here. So let's take a bit of a look around and see what makes this place special. Well, it's been a while since I've been out on this trail. I got the right boots for it. I tried a few times in the past couple of years. It was always so muddy out here. Mud can't stop me now. I have proper gear. But there's all kinds of things conspiring against me filming, like the low angle of the sun. If the sun's right in front of me, you can see how I do it. Very simple operation here. So let me face east as I film. So is it a proper prairie if there are trees, right? I mean, there's a school of thought that says, what's a prairie? Well, you're in a prairie if you look all around you and you don't see any trees. I'm thinking of something like the National Tallgrass Prairie Preserve in Kansas near Strong City, which was the basis for William Least Heatmoon's amazing book, Prairie Earth, which is probably one of my favorite books of all time. And I have visited there. It's a beautiful place. I guess if you're in an ecosystem like ours where everything seems to just be kind of coming together, you take what you can get. Is it a prairie? Well, quite a few trees up here. It's really more like a savanna, but being here on the far eastern edge of the American grasslands, it's our prairie. And it's got a fantastic story, this land, of how this has come to be saved and opened up for the public, for you and I. And I'm not going to go over that history in this video because there's a fantastic article by local historian Ron Trigg that I'd encourage everybody to check out. I'll link it in the description below. But it is worth mentioning the name of Irene Herlocker Meyer, a woman who took the lead of this coalition that ended up getting this land protected, not just by the state agency, but also the federal agency. So this is a really spectacular story of preservation, organizing, activism, advocacy. Really great story to go with a great parcel of land. The development of the oil tank farm you see in front of you there also helps speed up the preservation process. Now, you can't go anywhere in this region without getting a sense of who's running the show. I mean, I'd passed by a number of times over the years and thought about stopping. Got so far as the parking lot, and this is large parts of this are wet prairie, so it can get really mucky really quickly out here. So I didn't have the right footwear at the time, but today I do, and it's not frozen, but it's pretty close to it, so ground's nice and solid. Ooh, get some sun there, that's much better. My other impression of this place after not being here for quite a while, it's bigger than I remember, which is really cool. Because as we get older, things tend to seem smaller. The original preserved area was just a bit over 300 acres, and now today it encompasses close to 1,500 acres. Not all contiguous. If you're kind of following along on a mental map of my adventures, we're pretty close to the Hartsdale area here. So if you take that trail, what is that, the Pennsy Greenway, I think? If you take that trail, you'll go by other parts of this Hoosier Prairie Preserve. You know what else I've always loved about this preserve? They've always had what I think is the best interpretive literature. Even 20 years ago when I was first coming out here, it was almost like a zine, I like the national park brochures, but this is just a bit more, what do I want to say? I don't know, it's a bit more appealing to me. I was going to say collectible, but it's all collectible. Here we go.